Hi friends, this is Amalia and please join me in my living room to talk about important things, and in this video I'll be talking about the easiest way to start your incredibly thrilling spiritual journey. And I want to share my experience with you a little bit, and so you can have a little bit more understanding about why am I so pumped about this. And I'll start a little bit farther from when I, for the first time, realized I wanted to kind of know a little bit more than what the physical reality was offering. And everything that we know about our universes turns out not to be what it is. And wanting to know the truth became the most important job in this lifetime. So I still live my life. I still do tasks and, you know, participate in the game. But at the same time, my main goal every single day when I open my eyes, when I wake up in the morning, the very important thing is I want to know the truth about the origins of the universe, about how everything was created. What is God? What am I? Who am I? And these questions kind of throughout the years led me to meeting my spiritual teacher Maria. She is an enlightened person and she knows everything because she's now became one with everything, with the universe. And she kind of, it's not even her speaking when people ask her questions. It's not even her talking. It's the source talking through her, giving our us truths. And it's all very fun information to know. It's all very awesome information to know. But I wanted to experience it on my own, in my own in my own life. I didn't just wanted to know this information. I wanted to experience it. So for that, there is a lot of things to kind of deblock in within the being. Every human being has a soul and a body, and everything starts in a kind of like in a more thinner bodies of a human being, and gradually, if you're not taking care of certain blocks, it can turn out to be in a like a sickness in your body. And knowing all that helps to basically get clean from all of these blocks. And there's tons of techniques for that, in order to let your consciousness, allow your consciousness to become one with the universe and with the God, and to basically go back home to where we all came from. So that was my the need to know. And I felt like maybe I'm an old soul that been there, done that kind of thing, and that's why I became so curious about these things. And maybe it's just my time to find out, I don't know. But if you remember 2012, everyone was talking about end of the world, and it indeed happened. Mayan calendar was showing 2012 being the end of the world, and the world that we used to know has indeed ended. And that was the beginning of a new era that we are moving towards with the speed of light. And we are going to experience so many changes, and the changes are going to be so dramatic that if we're not ready for them, it might be really hard for us to live on planet Earth. And the most important thing to know is that everything in the universe, or I should say in our Milky Way, I don't know about the whole universe, but I know for sure that everything in our Milky Way is moving towards rising the vibrations. And our planet Earth is going to, already is, rising its vibrations. The sun is rising its vibrations. That's why we see so many outbursts on the sun, and it's going to become hotter. It's going to become more, the sun is going to become more active. And if we're not ready for this type of energy, it's going to hurt us. So that's why I'm so pumped. That's why I'm so pumped to tell everyone about this, and to do my job. Because if you know some information, you have to share it, because if you keep it to yourself, it's selfish and it's not how, it's not what God wants us to do. If there's information, it needs to be heard. People need to know this. So this is my job. I'm doing just my job, letting whoever needs to hear this, whoever is ready to hear this information, to know this, that everything is going to rise its vibrations. The planet Earth and all the planets around our planet Earth, everything in our everything in our solar system is going to rise its vibrations. And if human beings are not ready for it, it's going to be a tough life. So to do so, we all need to start our awakening process. And how do we do that? Becoming more spiritual. It's one thing to be religious, but religion doesn't give you all of the fundamental truth. Religion gives you a fraction of the truth, and then it's a man-made rules in order for the egregor to retain the energy that you give it to. Then in the previous video I was talking about this, and that was my one of my reasons why I decided that I'm no longer want to belong to any religion, and because it's just wrong for me. And the way we awaken, it's a process for every person, and from my experience, it's not a quick and easy process, but it's very joyful. It's so many discoveries about self, and learning about myself was the most exciting part of it, because I had no idea that I was capable of certain things. I just didn't know that. I didn't know how easy I could just control my emotions, because I thought that my emotions is what makes me. But then I realized that me is something deeper than just this surface understanding of what human being is. There is someone within me deep down that controls this body, that controls the emotions, that controls the thoughts. And it's me, but not just me, who the ego me, the mind. Because when we hear phrases like you're not your body, you're not your mind, you're not this, you're not that, and then you kind of want to ask a question that what am I? And I am that something that has created this beautiful world, this reality. And I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about the very deep spiritual level of understanding what am I. We are all spirit, we are all God, and the base of our beingness, that's who we really are. And then there's this life form that we can call Amalia, that we can call Lisa, that we can call Daniel, or whatever your name is. That's just a life form that the God is learning through, self-discovers it through. And humans were given such a beautiful gift of self-consciousness. And being self-conscious gives the ability to understand yourself as a separate entity, but then being spiritual gives you the knowledge and the feeling and knowing that you are one with the universe. So you become the creator of the universe only when you're self-conscious, and when you connect to the source, when you awakened, and when you enlightened. And I decided that this is going to be quite a quest for me for this lifetime, because I don't want to come back to the samsara wheel. I don't want to, because every time we're reborn, we forget everything for the sake of learning something new, and not to have all those previous experiences piling up or layering up on our current experience. But still, for me, there was a feeling like I know everything, and I've done everything, and I just want to know the truth. That's the only thing I want to know, and I want to continue living happy and continue creating, and not just trying to fight the game, fight the matrix. if you understand what I mean, like, I don't feel like participating in this quest we call life for the sake of experiences anymore. I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel like I'm done, and I just want to know the truth. I'm done, and I just want to live and not work on going through infinite amount of experiences, if you know what I mean. But anyway, there is so many amazing techniques that will help you to awaken your inner, to awaken your consciousness, that will allow you to open the door to the infinite source of all the beingness we call the creator. And one of the most amazing and easy ones is the meditation on the sun. This meditation shows how aware your perception is, what is your current level of spirituality and understanding, where you're at. And the meditation is super, super, super easy. All you have to do is just to sit down in a meditation, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine that you're sitting somewhere in the beautiful place on the nature. Maybe it's the woods, maybe it's the maybe it's at the beach by the sea or the ocean, somewhere where you feel very happy or relaxed. Maybe do a little bit of a breathing technique before, so you can dive in a really deep meditative state, and just absorb the sun. Look up in your mind when you're meditating. It's kind of like you do it with your eyes closed, but you're still imagining things, right? Like you'll imagine like you're sitting somewhere and you look at the sky, and then you look at the sun. And by looking at the sun, absorbing the sun, you just start feeling something. Just absorb what's happening once you looking at the sun. And maybe leave the comments below after you do this meditation, and we'll talk about this later. But the easiest way for the awakening, to start awakening, is to start perceiving the energy of the sun not like something separate, and not like your enemy, not like something that will hurt you, but to know that you are that sun. And I shared this little trick that I do personally, and I'm practicing this in my shorts, one of the shorts a while ago. It's looking at the sun. When you're awake, when you're just walking, going for a walk, or just maybe at work if you have a window nearby, and you see the sun, just try to look at it. And to start doing that, don't do it right away because it might hurt your eyes. Start it when the sun is rising and the sun is going down, is the easiest way of starting practicing perceiving the sun, and gradually moving towards more like late morning and then the noon. But the hardest part is the noon, is when the sun is the strongest, is the brightest, and it probably will take me time too, because I'm not quite there yet myself. But when we start perceiving the sun and able to handle the vibrations, and sun is such a high vibrational being that it will show you where you're at in your development. And also that's the trick, the higher your vibrations, the easier for you to perceive the sun, and the sun will not hurt you. It's my ultimate goal for right now. Spirituality wise, I really want to get to that point when I can look directly at the sun and know and feel that I am vibrating the same high vibration as the sun. So basically I'll be looking like at something like I'm looking at the camera right now, and knowing that it will not hurt me because I vibrate the same, on the same level. So that's the kind of the truth that not that many gurus or spiritual schools telling us. I don't know why, but when I discovered this, it was really shocking information to me, because I had no understanding of that before. But anyway, this is how how you can start doing something, moving towards your spiritual awakening. And it's not about being religious. You don't have to pray to anyone or anything. And in my previous video I was talking about that if you worship something, that you are really far away from awakening, you are really far from the truth, because even God told us not to worship anyone or anything. What we want to do is to perceive the world the way it is, to admire its beauty, and through feeling and perceiving and accepting the vibrations, the high vibrations that we see all around us. If you look outside right now, or if you go outside right now and look at the trees, look at the nature, look at the birds chirping, listen to them chirping, look at them flying. If you look at the anything, trees, flowers, bushes, you will feel that these are such a high vibrational beings. And the nature doesn't, nature doesn't have emotions, it seems like, but it vibrates. So every time you go travel somewhere, places like, I don't know, woods, mountains, you feel peace, you feel tranquility, you feel like you are so relaxed and your mind is getting a little bit of a break. Why? Because you feel those high vibrations, because the nature, the way it was designed, is the most high vibrational thing. And that's why we need to get away sometimes from our urban life and go and experience nature, so we can get back to ourselves. And this is so amazing for me that it's such a simple thing. And as far as I know, there is this meditation that Tibetan monks have. They look at the flower, and that's the whole meditation, just absorbing the flower. And from that flower, people were getting enlightenments, becoming enlightened from just simple meditation, silently looking at the flower. When I first heard this story, I thought, this is kind of crazy. How can you achieve enlightenment just by looking at the flower? But it's a part of it. Anything that you can perceive with the wow, with the everything that you can perceive with an open heart, everything that is beautiful, everything that feeds you with high vibrations can give you an enlightenment, can lead you to your spiritual awakening. So it's the easiest one, though. The sun, it has such a high vibrations that it will pull you towards that place where you will want to know the truth, and you will feel that this is it, I'm doing this. When you feel like I'm the same, this is me, and the truth will open up to you, and you'll never gonna go back to live in the matrix again, because you will know that this is the illusion and this is the truth. So go figure, right? Human beings, we are so comfortable in our living in the game, but then once we have the taste of the truth, we don't want anything but that. And that's the beauty of life, and that's the beauty of my spiritual journey, that when I discovered all this, I was like, yep, I'm doing this. Even though it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be smooth, and it's going to be really challenging, because there's so many things that I have to literally give up, like my old beliefs, my old understanding of the world, and whatever I learned in school, even anything and everything, basically. It's all not the way it's taught to us. And rediscovering everything, it's an amazing, because it feels like it's a whole another dimension of life. It's a whole another world, basically. Yeah, so this is really it's something that anyone can do. Everybody have a 1 or 2 minutes just to stare at the sun, right? But doing that with a purpose, knowing why you're doing this, because a lot of times people fall into a trap of doing the techniques, practicing the techniques, but forgetting why are they practicing them. And the main goal with everything that you do, in everything in every action of yours, it has to be the purpose of, I want to awaken. I want to become enlightened. That's how I do it, and it really opens up a lot of doors to me, to the information that I don't know why it feels like it's out there, it's available for everyone, and yet it's not available. It's not as easy to find it, but whoever is seeking, that one will always find. You always will find what you look for, if that's a necessity for you. If you feel like, I need to know this no matter what, you'll find this information, or this information will find you. And that's how it happened with me and my spiritual teacher. Also, I was not looking for a spiritual teacher. I wasn't. That was not a goal, but somehow this person came into my life, and now I realized that if she could do it, so can I. Because she's just a human being just like me. And it's not like she had superpowers before she became enlightened. It's all the want, it's all the desire, and it's all the intention. If your intention is to get to the bottom of it, you will eventually. But if you, anyway, this is it for this video. Give me your thumbs up and subscribe if you want more. In the next video, I'm going to post a full meditation on the sun, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more, and you will let me know when you try this meditation. Let me know what you see, and I'll explain your experience to you. Love you. Have an awesome day. Go look at that sun, because the sun always looks at you, even if you don't notice it. Love you.